Hey everyone, this is Steve. Doing a little bit of an experiment here. Um, any of you that have known me have known that I've been trading for a few years now, and I've started getting into automated strategies and things like that. So I thought I'd run a little bit of an experiment here for everybody to see. I've been working on writing a script for a couple of weeks now. I'm not terribly great at programming. My background's in robotics, so I'm a stunning mediocrity at C++, and honestly much better at programming industrial machinery than software itself. But I've come up with something that's got some promising results so far. It's based off of a very, very heavily modified stochastics oscillator. I basically use it in the exact opposite way that it was classically designed for. Like whenever it goes into an overbought area, then you would short it, and whenever it goes into an oversold area, you would buy. And looking at back testing and things like that, that never really seemed to work for me. So I basically changed all the parameters around and everything like that so that it acts a lot more directionally, sort of like a moving average, but a lot more responsive. And on certain time frames, it works pretty well. And what we're looking at right here is the 12-hour time frame, and I've got a little watch list set up there over on the right hand side of the various instruments that I'm going to be paper trading, just completely off of this script as it is right now and whatever modifications that I make to it along the way. So basically the rules for this trade are, well, this portfolio, are that if I enter a trade, I have to have a reason to do it. I'm just not just going to be like, oh, well, I just started the simulation today, and we got a short signal a couple of days ago, and so now I'm going to short. And no, it doesn't work like that. Um, the way that the oscillators and the script are set up, the script doesn't currently activate every single trade that it should, and I'm still working at the bugs on why that is. I'm not really sure at the moment, but I've made a bunch of progress recently, and it does currently show profitability on backtesting on most things, even just following the script. Um, so as far as discretionary trades go, it has to be tied to how the oscillator is supposed to function, even if I'm doing it manually, but I want to keep it more or less contained to be as automated as possible. Eventually, once I'm happy with it, I want to run it through an API and see if it can actually automatically trade without me having to touch it, like 24 hours a day. Unlikely, at least for the time being, until I get much more comfortable with my programming skills. But for right now, this is obviously just paper trading, so it's fake money. It's a simulation. Does not matter. So without further ado, well, to start off with the whole discretionary thing, like I'll be doing a lot more technical analysis going forward. This is just the first day, so this is more of an introductory thing. I haven't even checked out any of the contracts so far to see if there even is a signal that has activated. But yeah, so it won't be, guts or instinct or anything like that. The rule for exiting is exactly the opposite, though. I can exit at any time. So, without further ado, let's go over what instruments we will be covering. So, for indices, I'm going to be doing the Russell and the S&P 500. For precious metals, it's just going to be gold and silver. We're also going to be doing copper. For energy, just some crude oil, natural gas. For treasuries, the 10-year T-note and the T-bond. And then for agriculture, soybeans and corn. I wanted to keep it to a relatively short list just so I don't have to keep track of a ton of things at once. So for the time being, let's take a look at what everything's doing. So for the Russell, we had a short signal on the last bar, which would be 6 a.m. on the 10th. So that is reasonably close. I'm going to go ahead and just enter a short trade here. And there we go. I'm just going to do market orders for all this. Again, it's just paper trading. Does not matter that much. S&P, nothing. We kind of missed if I had done this starting a week ago, then we'd currently be on a pretty hefty gain from this long position going up. But, oh well, what goes up will eventually come down. And probably in the next couple of weeks we might see another signal. We'll see when that happens. Gold, Short signal at 6 p.m. on the 30th, so nothing to do for now. Silver, again, the 28th at 6 p.m. Copper, short signal at 6 p.m. on the 9th, and it's at 4:33.65. So yeah, that's a little bit too low. If it was up closer to where that had closed, then I would have gone with that, but no. Crude oil. Let's see. And of course I have my strategy tester here, which shows some pretty decent results. List of trades, because there was one that happened right on top of itself there. So I'm going to go all the way down here and see if that's going to be a long or a short. And that is going to be a long position. So we are going to buy with one contract here. I know I'm very, very ad hoc about all this. Nothing on natural gas, but it looks like we kind of hit a bottom here, so probably going to hit a long signal in the next couple of days or so. And to further explain what we're looking at here, this is the Stochastic Oscillator. It's a very heavily modified one. I borrowed the code from the coloring from another one on here that was a multi-time frame stochastics. Just the coloration though, I don't use any of the other features. Basically the way that this works is that anytime that it's in the oversold area, there's green highlighting with extra bright green whenever there's a crossover. However, we don't buy at either of these crossovers because they're still in the what I would call breakdown territory, which is how I've been treating this whole oscillator. One of the things that I've noticed is that sometimes there will be prolonged up or down periods where it'll be like, oh, it's overbought now, but then it'll keep on rising for a while, and you'll just end up taking losses if you just automatically go short whenever it hits that level. So we're not going to do that. I am, however, keeping the stock levels as far as that goes, so it'll be 80 for overbought and 20 for oversold, and as soon as that crosses and closes above the 20, then we'll get a long signal. So that'll work out fine. 10-year T-note, and nothing. It's been very, 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 very jittery here for the last couple of weeks. I don't really trade treasuries very much. Same thing with the bonds. Just a whole lot of sideways and range-bound trading for the last couple of weeks. I mean, they're very, very wide swings, but still. Soybeans. Right, we get a long, and yeah, that's only 2 points above. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Why not? And nothing for corn. So what we are left with so far is a long on crude and a short on the Russell. And I apologize for stuttering here and there. This is my first time ever doing something like this, so I'm really, really not used to talking about this sort of thing live. Occasionally I do it on like phone calls and things like that with other traders, but as far as videos, this is something new to me, and I hope there's not too much background noise because I'm doing this off of a webcam microphone. But yeah, hopefully the future videos will be more exciting than this, and I'll be trying to get these out daily, as close to whenever the signals happen as possible. Probably not at the 6 a.m. when the first of the 12 hours hits, probably closer to 6 p.m., but I'll make note of whatever changed, and of course I'll show all the positions down here. We have a trading journal here that shows all the various different things, so not a problem. And we're already making some gains here, so that's good. And yeah, that's it for now.